Why is it that there are just some issues we avoid talking about, especially at church? Hundreds of thousands of people are affected by things every day, yet our mouths are sealed, and we're too silent or too ignorant to speak about them. One of those topics is human trafficking. I gotta be honest with you, my friends and I don't talk about human trafficking, ever. I never hear it talked about from the pulpit of the church, and it's hardly even in the news. I don't find a whole lot of people posting on Facebook or Twitter about human trafficking, yet it's happening all over the world. Last night, I sat with a man from India who told me stories of literally thousands of girls in his hometown who are being sold for another man's sexual pleasure. There are some 12 million people being sold like products into sex slavery around the world. The average age is 12 to 14 years old when a girl starts into this bondage. Some enter either by choice, they don't know what else to do, they get tricked into it, some are sold into it, and still others are traded. Let's be clear, sex trafficking is an issue today, and we must do something about it. But here's why it's important to the heart of God. First, humans are God's divine creation. That means that God has exercised his sovereignty and creativity in the creation of you and me and all humans alike. We also must remember that we, as the creation, are a reflection of the Creator. The Bible said in the book of Genesis that God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So it's not much of a stretch for us to say that if we mistreat humans, we're mistreating the very beings that God chose for his image to rest upon. And honestly, mistreating God's image is not something we should ever mess with. So that said, we must also remember that the main goal of mankind is to give glory to God. We are the creation, and we must honor and glorify the Creator. So when humans are used for another man's pleasure, we've missed the target. The end goal is not our pleasure, it's God's. The Bible is loud and clear as to why we do anything in this life. In 1 Corinthians, it says, "So whatever you do, whether you eat or drink, do it all for the glory of God." So get this, we're meant to give glory to God, not to be tools of pleasure or a means to an end for another human's pleasure. But finally, remember that any form of slavery is downright wrong. The Apostle Paul clumps slavery together with sins such as sexual immorality, homosexuality, and liars. He said these sins are contrary to sound doctrine, so avoid them at all cost. Sex trafficking and other kinds of modern-day slavery is going on in our world right now. I hope it breaks your heart and drives you to action. I want to give you some good ways to get involved. First, you must get informed. Learn, and as you do, your passion will grow just as mine did to get involved and help people out. Give. Giving is one of the greatest ways you can help someone who is trapped in sex slavery. Give to a trusted organization. Just a few bucks a week can help. Maybe give up your coffee run this week and give $4 or $5 to help save a person's dignity and their life. Talk about it. Find ways to make other people aware of what is going on as it relates to sex trafficking and human trafficking. And finally, pray for freedom for everyone who is currently a victim. Pray for physical, spiritual, and emotional wholeness for any sex trafficking survivors. Pray for their continued safety and possible reintegration with their families and community. Listen, it's time to take a stand. A human is never a product because they bear the image of God.